All right, today we're going to talk about something that's getting harder and harder to find in our digital world, creating tamper-proof digital evidence that you can actually trust.
I mean, really think about that for a second. Any digital file, a photo, a contract, you name it, can be tweaked, copied, faked, or just deleted. So in a world like that, how do we actually prove that what we're looking at is the real deal? That's a huge question.
And that right there, that's the core of the digital trust problem. We're surrounded by information that's easy to fake, and we've got into this habit of relying on other people to tell us what's true.
Most of the time, we lean on big companies or government agencies to be the referee, to notarize things, confirm our identities, or just hold on to our data. But here's the thing, when you put all your trust in one central place, you're opening yourself up to some really serious risks.
And this slide, wow, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the old way. A single point of failure. One hack, one server crash, one policy change, and poof, your data or your proof is gone. It's risky. But on the right, this new approach completely flips that. It's controlled by you, not a company. Anyone can verify it. And, what's so critical, the proof itself doesn't depend on where the file is stored.
So if the old way is broken, what's the fix?
Well, it's a system built on a totally different idea. It's about putting you back in the driver's seat.
And that core idea is called user sovereignty. It's a fancy term, but all it really means is that you, and only you, have the ultimate say over your own digital proof. You don't have to ask for permission or trust some big corporation to tell you what's real.
The whole point here is to create evidence that can, stand on its own 2 feet. Its validity doesn't hinge on a single company staying in business or keeping its servers online. It's all about creating a verifiable history that anyone can check.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does this thing actually work? It all comes down to this really simple but incredibly powerful 4-step loop.
Here's how it works. First up, you fingerprint it. Think of it like taking a unique DNA sample of your file that can't be faked. Second, you lock it up tight in your own personal digital safe using seriously strong encryption. Third, you sign it with your digital identity, proving it was you. And finally, this is the coolest part, you anchor that proof on a public blockchain, like carving it into a permanent digital monument. That loop takes a regular file and turns it into rock-solid cryptographic evidence. And when that whole process is done, what you get is something called the #_evento. You can think of this as the master key, or the one single unique ID for the entire proof. It bundles the file's fingerprint, where it's stored, and a bunch of other data into one unbreakable cryptographic package. All right, a system like this sounds great, but it's only as strong as its defenses, right? So how does it hold up when people try to break it? Well, the cool thing is, it was built with attackers in mind from the ground up.
So let's meet our first bad guy, the manipulator. This attacker's whole goal is to secretly change your original file, to tweak a number in a document or alter a photo, and try to pass off their fake as the real thing.
But here's why that just won't work. Remember that digital fingerprint, that hash? It's mathematically tied to the original file. If you change one tiny thing, a single pixel, a single letter, the hash completely changes. Boom, the forgery is spotted instantly. There's no hiding it.
Okay, villain number 2, the key thief. This one's a bit smarter. They're not going for the file itself. They're coming after you. They want to steal your private keys so they can either forge your signature or get into your locked-up files.
The defense here is pretty straightforward. Good security. By using powerful encryption and keeping your keys safe, you make sure that even if a thief manages to get a copy of your locked file, all they have is a scrambled mess of garbage data. It's like having a safe without the combination. It's useless to them.
And for our final attacker, we have the censor. This one's about brute force. They don't try to change the file, they just try to make it vanish. They'll try to delete it from the server, block access to it, whatever it takes to make your proof seem invalid. But even this doesn't work, and this is so important. That cryptographic proof, the #evento that's anchored on the blockchain, it lives completely separately from the file. The original file can be gone, deleted, lost, totally inaccessible, but the proof that it existed, that it was signed by you at a specific time, is still there, carved in digital stone for anyone to see.
And this table just brilliantly sums up the whole philosophy. This system doesn't pretend to be magically invulnerable. Instead, it's designed to be defendable. It knows the risks are out there, it even ranks them,
and it builds a specific layered defense for each and every one. So you might be thinking, okay, this is some cool crypto stuff, but it's so much more than that. This has huge real-world consequences for how we trust pretty much everything in the digital realm.
I mean, just think about the possibilities here. We're talking about legal evidence that can't be tampered with, protecting your new invention or your art, making sure academic research is legit, the applications in law, science, business, the list just goes on and on.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The big idea here isn't just to build another app or another service. No, it's way bigger than that. It's about creating a whole new standard for what digital proof even means.
There's this quote from the source material that just hits the nail on the head. You are no longer structuring a document, you are structuring a standard. That's the game changer. It's about building a trustworthy framework that everyone else can use and build on top of.
You know, technology like this opens up a whole new world of possibilities for proving things that were impossible to prove before. So it really makes you wonder, right? If you had a tool that could create a piece of digital evidence that was absolutely, positively unbreakable, what would you prove?